Hey, Darkman here for vlog number 21. Yes, vlog number 21. So, what I wanted to do for this one was the honorable mentions for the 12 days of anime and manga list that I was doing, which, again, if you haven't been paying attention, I'll just remind you that it doesn't have to be something from 2015, it just has to be something that I saw in 2015 for the first time ever. So, a little burp. Again, I don't burp until I start recording, but so, to start this honorable mentions list off again, well, I didn't say this at all, but this is in no real order. This is just some things I thought should be on this list that I didn't put onto the actual 12 days list. So the first one off is Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann versus the Anti-Spiral. Mainly just because it was just a good fight. It was a really good fight. The best way I think that series could have ended, unless it ended on episode 14 where he impaled Lord Genome and just boomed out his back. That probably would have been a better ending in my opinion, but with this one we got an epic, super cool fight. They were throwing freaking galaxies at each other. It was freaking awesome. We got a ton of yelling, some okay music until the rapping started. Yeah, it was just a good fight, and that's really it. Actually, I just thought about this. This is just going to be like a real fighty episode of this, yeah. So then my next honorable mention is Kaneki versus Jason from Tokyo Ghoul. Now the reason it's on this list and not like on like the 12 is just because it was the season finale, and it wasn't really Jason versus Kaneki's fault, but it just kind of like left a sour taste in my mouth that that's where it ended, when there were several other problems that needed to be resolved, which I would have liked to happen before the end of the season. Like, it was a good fight, also, but another reason it's this far down is it was a little hard to see stuff because the background is red with kind of like blackish in it. Their weapons that they use, well, weapons, are red with kind of sometimes black in it. But yeah, it just kind of was hard to see. Other than that, it was a really good fight. And that's really it. It's the only reason it's this low. If I was able to see it better and it wasn't, and there was more to that episode, it'd be higher on the list. Probably maybe like cranking out a 9. Maybe. Okay, and the final honorable mention, before we get to the numbers 3 through 1 spot, is when Gon uses rock on Bomber. That was a freaking awesome scene. He dropped the rock, well, should probably go up to, like, start it off. So Bomber blows off one of Gon's arms, the other one is just, like, completely burnt to a crisp. But then Gon gets him over a trap, drops a giant boulder on him, but he escapes into a cave. But it turns out that Gon escaped into the cave earlier, right before he dropped the rock. But then right as Bomber's, like, collected himself, he's, like, finally over the fact that he just about got crushed by a giant boulder. There's Gon just charging with his rock, and he just blasts him into the boulder. He got stuck between a rock and not a hard place, but another rock. Yeah. Alright, I guess that works for a stupid joke. But yeah, it just looked super cool. The animation was great, and that was honestly the best way I think that fight could have ended. It was a really, really good fight. It ended in the perfect way, and that's all I have for the honorable mentions, which is kind of short, I think. Maybe I'm not really paying that much attention to how long these are. It just feels a little short. But yeah, next time we'll be doing my number 3, 2, and number 1 spot. Alright then, see you guys next time.